My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is December 29, 2025. It is 2:37 a.m. I was watching this video. This guy is talking about Anthony Joshua. But I just put some tweets together. But where will I put? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this video that I'm talking in right now on APTS Sussex, not here, not PYTE. Alright, so I'll be putting it on APTS Sussex. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. Alright, so I have this on the list is further down. So if I have two parts, depending on what I say in this video, it probably will be on part 2 because it's way down. That's when I'm like shifting away from the Sussexes or the, you know, the royal family kind of topics. So a couple things popped up on my timeline. Someone corrected me on a video where Archie was riding his bike and Lily was running behind Archie, and I think I said in the video, probably on Netflix or something like that, and a comment corrected me, said it doesn't he or she doesn't think it's from the Netflix, it's from probably something Harry and Meghan put public. So what I did in that comment, I was like, I should have known that was not on the docuseries. I pinned it in the comment section, so it will be one of the first thing you will see when you look in the comment section with the correction, and then you will see my comment below it. Okay, so I don't know everything, and sometimes I forget things. So thank you for correcting me. All right, so this is the first tweet. Derangers are having a really hard time this past week, and it will only get worse. Their 2025 was already tough for them. Can't imagine 2026. Yeah, what's going on? People have had enough. Okay, I was just wondering what's going on, so that's the answer here. People have had enough, and the social media posts from people who are not normally anti-monarchy are harsh. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of non-squaddies type of tweet that, especially after the walkabout where the kids are receiving gifts, people are really pissed about it. Yes, you will see some comments that, you know, positive for the royal family, but majority of them are negative. They don't like the fact that people are giving them gifts and they, you know, taking advantage of people. This is the next tweet. Speaking of Brits' embarrassing behavior, imagine crying, trolling under a married man's Christmas post because he preferred to be with his wife instead of his parents. Why are Brits so obsessed with other people's business? Why do they feel so threatened by men who put their wives first? Okay. Who posted that? Are they talking about the Sussexes? Okay, so there's that. They can bloody well cry salty ocean tears. I have the theory that their parents whose kids have gone no contact with them, so they're projecting. Could be. That's an ad. Okay, so this seems to be like just a general. The very tenet of marriage is the man shall leave his family and join with his wife, and they shall become one. That concept is completely lost to them because their lives are so mundane and boring. It's mental illness. They sound like the most obsessed with other people's business. Yeah. Let's leave that. What is that? There's a GIF. They watch for years the disrespect and horrible treatment of royal women from the crown. Watch how the royal put all their women last. Yeah. It's the GIF saying like, I know. Which married couple are you referring to? As a Brit, I have no idea, but you seem to have taken a keen interest. I don't know. I don't know who they're talking about, but whatever. Next one. Okay, this has to do with Met Police. Okay. At Met Police UK, for your information, this person claimed to have had access to MI5 threat assessment pertaining to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and the royal family. He also claimed to know Meghan and Prince Harry. I'm concerned because he is clearly obsessed with the Sussexes, including their children. Could it be that one they're making reference to? That last tweet that I just read? Are they making reference to that? So that's a YouTube video, but it's a screenshot. The MI5 Megxit threat assessment. What the hell? Okay, same thing. Okay, dude, you are sitting on the toilet critiquing a picture of people you don't know. Go outside. They tag somebody here, except I do know them. Unlucky. So this is why they're saying that they think they know Harry and Meghan. Okay, these people don't have anything. They want mainstream media to spread their delusional narrative. They spread fiction, and if you notice, he claimed to know Harry and Meghan, which is already a tautology, because if he knew them, he won't be making videos like this to leave these idiots. I'm aware that it's ridiculous, but it could also be dangerous, and the authorities should be made aware of fixated people who claim to have access to classified documents and to the people that they are fixated on. That is true. I mean, the police don't have time to check every social media pages and stuff like that. To make them aware of that, I think this is a good thing too. Okay, exactly. I'm in the UK, but I didn't want the IG games to be held here. We are capable of understanding what's real and what isn't. But there are plenty of Derangers who don't. And a lot of the things they say are unhinged. Yeah. Alright, let's leave that alone. So this is what the last tweet was making reference to. Alright, let's move on. This is a TikTok video. Let's pause. Okay. Bullseye. This was 1 point. Stop with your dollar store rumor haters and derangers. Alright. When I hear rumor about me that I don't know about myself. Okay, so let's listen to this. It's 1 minute and 7 seconds. Screenshot.
When I hear a rumor about me that I didn't know about myself, it's really shocking. Like, wow, thank you for the update on my life. I didn't realize I needed a newsroom just to keep up with me. You know, I'll be minding my business and someone's like, is it true that you did? And suddenly I'm finding out about scandals I didn't even participate in. You know, half the time I'm not offended, I'm impressed. You know, the creativity, the imagination, the plot twists. You should all write screenplays. You know, because according to these rumors, I've dated people that I never met. I've been places I've never seen. And apparently I've had emotional breakdowns I don't remember. So, you know, and the confidence people have telling these stories, it's like they were standing next to me during my fake downfall. It's inspiring. Delusional, but, you know, also inspiring. You know, honestly, if you're going to spread rumors about me, you know, at least make them flattering. You know, give me a yacht, give me a private island, you know, make me a mysterious billionaire, but no.
Don't get me wrong, they mentioned the yacht thing, but they got the wrong person with the yacht story. But like he was saying, I don't know how these people feel so freely to just say anything. I think it's because they feel like Harry and Meghan, making reference to Harry and Meghan, don't have time to deal with the lawsuit and things like that. But I think at one point, Harry and Meghan will have to stop. Whoever decided to make the most outrageous rumor about them that is unforgivable, Harry and Meghan have to make an example out of these people. Because it seems like these people, there's literally something in their brain that is missing to feel so confidently to just say anything. It's unbelievable. And then the worst thing is, they listen to rich people who have power and probably connection and protection and all of that. And they're listening to these people who's telling them to go do. And then they feel comfortable to be just saying anything. But anyway, let's finish this video.
It's always the dollar store version of drama, but I still won't correct it. You know, I like hearing about this alternate universe me.
Alternate universe me. Alright, I said the same thing at work. I did not know about myself, found out I did not have kids until my son took me to work. And one guy asked, "Who is this?" And I said, "My son." And he said, "So you said, huh?" The bunny's face. Alright, let's get to the next tweet. Alright. Why does the media relentlessly target Meghan Markle with invasive stories while Kate Middleton is shielded from the same scrutiny? It's clear there's a double standard at play, fueled by bias and privilege. Abolish the monarchy. What is this? Date. December 28th. Okay, I had to look to see how recent is that, because these people sometimes bring old topics. So that was yesterday. Meghan Markle's dad issue health update as Duchess makes huge decision on reuniting. They will not know if they're gonna, well then again, the father let the tabloid, was that woman who was by his bedside into his business. So Meghan knows. Meghan will not let him know or anything like that. Thomas Markle, 81, the father of Meghan, was rushed to the hospital in the Philippines earlier this month and is believed to have had a leg amputated followed a blood clot. They're really bringing old stories, but whatever. I couldn't care less about Markle, but the bias is virtually inescapable. They'll praise Middleton for doing the exact same thing they criticize Markle for, with articles that might as well have been written with the find and replace tool. Look, at Middleton come from a family of drug dealers. It is fair to report that her parents are also bankrupt. It's true. They have the uncle on video selling drugs. And I think I have it. I have the video.
As well as supplying drugs, bald-headed Goldsmith brags of his connections with royalty. He even claims Prince William will soon be a guest at his home, the home he has crudely named Maison de Bang Bang.
It's not just Kate shielded the entire Middleton family, it's even though they are openly cashing in on their royal connection. It's odd that Kate isn't seen socializing with other people outside of royal activities, no personal lunches, dinners, or celebration. She doesn't seem to have friends. She photoshops picture of herself with her own children. The well seldom attend church. I don't know. These people, they're really not living life, okay? They are not living life. If every day you get up, you just defending or pretending, either one of those, defend or pretend, you're not living your life, okay? You doth protest too much. There's a life here. If you don't want anything to do with her, you won't be obsessively posting and making pathetic YouTube videos about the successful half-sibling who wants nothing to do with you. Even the brother you speak of wants nothing to do with you. Babe Max, who's that? I blacked. Okay, so that's the other half sister. What is that? No one dared to contradict Meghan. Keeping their job depended on satisfying her demands. That's a quote. Reports of Meghan Markle's terrible treatment of others go back to before her time with Prince Harry. We would have known that, okay? Because the royal family, before they got married or the moment they were aware of Meghan dating Harry, they paid people to go to America to find dirt about her. They didn't find anything. They even tried to pay people to lie about her. They didn't want to do it because Meghan's character, her ethic, her ethical behavior is top notch. People are afraid of someone whose ethical behavior is squeaky clean. They didn't want to be the one to dare lie about her. Yeah, and her squad freaks get on YouTube, act like we, the Markle family, are desperately trying to have a relationship with her. Yeah? There is nobody on this planet that can say they have ever seen me say something like that. What part of they are all delusional? Don't they understand? No thanks. I mean, the internet, things don't erase, especially with the squad. Okay, one thing I'm thinking of, it's her during Meghan's getting married. I believe there was something that was said about the half-sister going in front of the palace asking access. Why would anyone bend to that nasty little, was it, comedian? What the hell? This is a half sibling who's saying that on the internet. Yeah, something is not right. Oh, MF Nuts Job on YouTube will suggest that either my brother or I want a relationship with my sister. Stop smoking crack. YouTube. Okay, so that's the rest here. It's sad, to tell you the truth. If it is actually her, it is sad to see she's writing something like that on social media about her sister. Oh my God. Let me pause this. Okay, who's that? Like, we all then see her rolling in and being turned away. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Her going in front of the palace, turning away at the gates of Kensington Palace before the wedding, groveling for an audience. This you, loser? Okay, let's listen to this. Getting roasted. Let me go into that so it could be bigger. Let's listen.
Kensington Palace over the weekend. It was Meghan Markle's not-so-loving half-sister, Samantha Markle. Check out this photo. Samantha stopped by the royal residence unannounced, trying to confront the Duchess of
Sussex.
But things did not go according to plan. Palace guards turned her away. She didn't even get to deliver her handwritten note, according to reports. Whoa. I want to know how you handle unwelcomed guests.
First of all, she is super embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
super embarrassing.
For real, Jeff.
I mean, oh my God.
No, for real. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
I just want to get that out there.
Off of it, I would assume.
Wow.
Our royal expert, Tori Shulman, believes that paparazzi paid her a certain amount of money to, roll on up there, and then they took the photos, and then she got paid.
Somebody should pay her to never take another photo ever again in her life.
Okay, so what do you? I want to know how Jeff Schroeder handles unwelcome guests.
I'm pretty straightforward. You know
So
what I mean?
someone knocks on the door. What do you do?
What are you doing here? What do you want? You know what I mean?
What?
What do you mean? What are you selling? What do you want from me?
But why don't you just not open the door? That's why there's peepholes.
Because I want them to know what a loser they are coming out of my
God.
Don't come knock on my door. I got things to do. I have 2 kids. I don't need to hear you trying to sell this book that you made.
Speaking of which, you know what we do? I just thought about it. We have a big sign on our door that says "Baby sleeping, do not knock." I think that's the answer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we have that on our door.
Okay, what if they still knock?
Oh.
What do you
My
say?
kid is sleeping and someone knocks and then the dog barks. Let me just say, it won't
What
be
is
pretty.
the baby propped up against the door? Isn't the baby upstairs and in a room with the door shut? You
No,
can't have a door.
actually, the baby's about 20 yards from the door out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and yes, I know yards very well because I used to be a swimmer.
I see. All right. I'm getting yelled at this morning.
Yeah, it's one thing. You don't want to wake up a baby sleeping. Okay, getting roasted. So, I know this says December 28th, but when was the original date of it being recorded? I don't know if it's a old one that, the squad usually have receipt and then they reposted it. Okay, there's that. Let me point. Just want to point out the lady talking about her sign. I have one on my door because my husband mainly works from home office and we have a Vardy boy. Ring my doorbell anyway to happen to wake him up from a nap. Yeah, you do not want to wake a baby sleeping because this is, especially if they're young, this is the time to either you, the parents, getting shit done around the house, or this is the time for you to rest a little bit because baby needs attention. My goodness, getting roasted. So she bought a wedding present but didn't want a relationship with her. Very true, and hasn't kept her name out of her mouth. This reject. Did she forget that she sued Meghan for saying that she was raising as her only child? She's an idiot. It's just sad. It's just sad. Just sad. I would have felt bad for Meghan, but Meghan sees the exact same thing that we are seeing, and she just keep her distance. Okay, next tweet. 2 posts marking them 300,000 plus likes. There's the laugh here. Okay, so they're talking about the leftover kids. Okay, getting increasingly difficult to believe the royals are as popular as their polling claims they are. Let's see this one here. Okay, I remember reading this from one of the videos that I share. Queuing up on Christmas Day to deliver gifts to effing royals. There's the laugh here. Absolutely brain dead effing morons. Prince George received Aston Villa themed gift from well-wishers today. He's such a confident and polite young man. The one thing that I say about that is that if he had said no or rejected the gift, it would look like being disrespect. Okay, but I cannot blame the kids. It's those people that is enabling the kind of behavior for those warriors to be expecting gifts all the time, and when they don't get gifts, they get pissed off. Was it in Spare? What was it? Easter, where the William was expecting gifts from Meghan or something like that. We do that in the US. It's for kids, little things for kids. But this grown man who could own a freaking island is expecting gifts from some. Oh my God. Princess Charlotte already speaks 2 languages at just 2 years old. So do most children of immigrants, but I guess it's less impressive when they are poor. Alright, so that's that. I'm not, let's see here. That was, yeah, let's leave that alone. You could pause and read that, okay? That was the retweet. Let me go to the next tweet. Alright, so let's pause this. Okay, I think I'm sort of done with the, oh no, I'm not. Let me pause for a second. Make some switch around. Okay, this should be further down because this has nothing to do with the royal family. So I move it further down. Might be on part 2. Alright, so there's that. If your political stance is, quote, I have a problem with people on benefits, end quote, but you're okay with the royal family, then I'm sorry. But you got it all wrong. Because they're nothing else than glorify people on benefits, and their opacity makes it worse. There's that. Socialism for the rich, extreme capitalism for everyone else. Billionaires love to threaten to leave if we raise their taxes. They aren't going anywhere because if the taxes are much lower elsewhere was a good enough reason, they would have left decades ago. They are simply addicted to getting everything they want and will whine and cry and lie in service of that. I mean, African American was aware of that, but it seems like it's those poor MAGAs who keep on voting Republican who bought this nonsense. Alright, so there's more of these. I don't want to focus too much on that, okay? So that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. This is a TikTok video of Martin. Let's pause this. Apparently people are not happy with Kate and her 3 children new home security regulation. I mean, why the security when the heir Prince of Wales doesn't even reside there? There's that. His wife Rose, there's that here. A lot of emojis. It's all deception and deflection. They take, and take. Alright, let's listen to Martin. It's 1 minute and 16 seconds.
Morning friends, happy Sunday, how are you doing? Hope you've had a brilliant Christmas and you're on the countdown to New Year's Eve. Hope you've got some New Year's resolutions written down. My throat and cold is a lot better, thank you for asking. Let's get straight into this one. Royal no-go zone fury. And it's quite unusual for the Daily Mail to have a pop at William and Kate, to be honest, so let's jump into it. Anger at 6 Mile Will and Kate exclusion zone as Royal Park users blast excessive security condom. Why Kate and William allegedly have moved into this property together is beyond me. It was obviously always going to be a massive security risk, and as with any prominent palace or government building, the security zone is circular around it, and it's taken land away from the people that actually use the park for leisure purposes. With Kate banging on about being outside all the time, then they take the opportunity to be outside away from people. It was obviously going to be a PR fiasco, which is exactly what it's turned into today, right? Why they chose this property is beyond me, but actually, we all know, don't we, who's really living there and who's not really living there. Comments are open as ever. Have a brilliant day. Let me know what you think.
Well, when they're making decision, they only think of one, or their objective, their goal is to get this property. Why? Because they're comparing with somebody, a couple who is not even in their periphery, to compare with bigger house, whatever it goes in their head. But the thing is that I don't think they take into consideration the ripple effect, because they know they could get away with it, so they do it. Oh, there's no response. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. This is Daddy Fell. Okay, Sarah Vine. The miasma of gloom has finally lifted over the royals. How sad Harry and Meghan can see past their own psychodramas to allow their children to join this happy band. Yeah, they were dragging them. Daddy fell, thinking that this is a good thing for the kids to... But let's see here. You people make me laugh, okay? Y'all like a bride going on and on about their ex on her wedding day. There's a laugh, yeah? If they were that happy, trust me, you won't be mentioning the private citizen. Not sure who you are trying to convince of this happiness. To me, it reads like the royals aren't complete, nor can they shine without Harry and Meghan, and we know, and we've all seen it. They were the glamour, the stars, the excitement. You look at the leftover royals now. They are all so dull, grey, sad, boring, and cold. They need a bit of color. Oops. What was the thing that... there's a picture. Oh, I didn't put it on the list. I put it on my community board. It seems like... I don't know if it was in a church or wherever it was. There were some 2 black kids dancing and the royals were watching. The kids... William kids who were watching, they look so stone cold. Like, what is this? This kind of thing. Go on my community board because I didn't put it on the list. They not open up to different things. Unlike them, unlike William kids, Harry and Meghan kids are exposed to all sort of things. From what I could see, I think they are exposed to a lot of diversity. Okay, they will, as they're growing up, they will understand different point of view, different perspective, different things. But these kids, from that picture alone, they look stone cold, shocked. Like, what is this? What am I looking at? And it seems like William and Kate, they're not learning from what they are experienced. They're not teaching, or from what I'm seeing, allegedly, I don't think they're teaching the kids anything more than what they are aware of, or from past experience that they've gone through while they're married that didn't go too well, where they could make a shift. They're banging their head the same way, thinking they're gonna get a different result. That's my perspective. That's my perception from the outside, because that picture alone says a lot. The kids look stone cold shocked. Alright, happy band, but they all look miserable. What is that? Also, what kind of parent drops their kids into a nest of pedophiles? Your royal family is rotten from the inside out. 6 to 8 years old. Read carefully. What is that? Okay, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay. That was in 2020. There's the date here, 2020. Okay, when I was 6 or 8 years old and living, Surrey, UK, I was drugged at night and during by my father. The pedophile ran parties. The main house I was taking to is located behind a Thorpe Green at the end of a private road. Okay, pause this and read. It's very small, but it's very small. Pause it and read it. Alright. Oh, there's Maxwell. Maxwell caught me and beat me with the bristle end of a broom. Okay, I don't know if it's the same Maxwell I'm aware of. But, oh, there's Prince Andrew name here. After I was hit by the car, I woke up to Prince Andrew. Wow. But anyway, there's this. Oh, that's from the Epstein file. Child sex trafficking. That's from the Epstein file. There it is here. But this is too small for me to read. But you could pause and read it. My goodness, let me bookmark this. This has to be the most miserable looking happy band ever. Sarah Vine is an idiot clown. Happy? You joking, right? Harry and Meghan have a beautiful estate in sunny California. You think they want to leave that to go live in a cottage? What the F? Are you all smoking over there? What the F will they want their children to be accosted by creepy royal super friends while they are walking at church? Okay, to church. In other words, we are now bored of the Wells kids. They don't sell that much. Why can't Harry and Meghan bring theirs over so we can make money? And their fix is for you. It's crazy. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, let's pause this. I wonder why the mud slinging is so intense as of late. What can be bigger, the Andrew saga? Why are they scapegoating Princess Diana, who died almost 3 decades? Why the ramped up attack on everything Harry and Meghan? What type of media is this? What's the big cover up? So it seems like the Epstein, because I saw some stuff in the US, plus that previous tweet that I just showed you with the Epstein file. There's a lot of documents from the Epstein file that have been released. So they probably implicated in there. So they're trying to shift the people's attention. Yes, the tantrum are getting very aggressive. Is that the thing is not working? We just need to keep on praying for Harry and Meghan. Next tweet. There wasn't that much comment. Alright, so let's pause this. This I'll put it on my on Pure YTE. Alright, so go on Pure YTE to see this video. Music will be changed. There will be a screenshot. A lot of things will be changing, but the credit will be going to Vanessa J. Okay, next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.